You know, it's interesting. I think my first year we were 13th, and then I think we were 8th or 9th, and then last year I think we were 4th or 5th, something like that. So, and I was thinking about it, I don't think I've ever had a team that was picked first. So, I mean, it's obviously gives the group a lot of credit for what they did a year ago, but this is a new team and a new season and a new set of circumstances, and so expectations are what happen when you are having success, and so it's good to have expectations, and now we got to go get to work.
And the work starts on Friday, kind of early preseason tournament, 3 very, very tough opponents. What do you know about your opponents, and what can you say about this early start to the season?
Yeah, I decided to do it because I felt like this group would be ready to be challenged, and we would be ready kind of maybe earlier than some teams because we have our nucleus returning, and you know, it's just a lot to get ready for so early, particularly if the teams are so good and you got 3 games in 3 days. So if there's something you get to on Friday and you're not ready for it, you might probably going to see it all 3 days. And you know, as a coach, that keeps you up, just worried it might cost you 3 games. So, but, you know, 3 very talented teams. West Texas did lose a couple of their key guys on the transfer portal, one to Wichita State, one to Long Beach, and then a third to UCCS. So they'll have a little different makeup, but, you know, guys with a lot of Division I experience, offers from like Power 5 kind of school programs, and so they'll have tremendous talent and still a core group back that's seen a lot of success there in recent time. And so, you know, obviously very talented team, and a little unknown whether they'll play the same way with a little different personnel or not. Damon returns, you know, like what's seen as kind of the consensus best post player in the country. He averaged 27 and 15 last year. They made it to the Elite 8, plus the coach's son transferred in from Division I. So very talented, top 10 kind of team. And then Minnesota State, Mankato has a great coach. Actually, we coached against each other in the Iowa Conference back a decade or more ago. And so, you know, he's a very good coach, and they had a very good team last year. They sort of stayed in Northern State's shadow and the Northern Sun last year. Northern State was, you know, lost in overtime to Northwest Missouri, who kind of ran the table and destroyed everybody through the tournament other than that one game. And their only loss on the season outside of Northwest Missouri was to Minnesota State. So they have their nucleus back. They'll probably be the favorite in the Northern Sun, and again, you know, a top 10, top 20 kind of program and team. So it'll be a tremendously talented pool, and we'll have our hands full to get 1, let alone 2 or 3 wins this weekend.
Questions?
So obviously, you know, you get pretty much everybody back, but with Ethan getting hurt, what does that kind of adjust? Because, you know, depth in the post is always a problem for everybody.
Yeah, I think that it really doesn't change anybody's role all that much. It's obviously a difficult loss for us, but what it does do is it changed the importance of certain guys not getting in foul trouble, because now depth was our strength, and now up front it's not going to be, and so that certainly is a concern. But we really believe in our players, and we have a lot of depth, and we think that they're up for the challenge of this, and that's what seasons bring. That's what defending championships brings, is new challenges, and you got to have a way to respond to the adversity you face. So, you know, Mac has made a tremendous improvement. Trevor's made tremendous improvement. Owen is going to bring a lot. Owen Kuntz is going to bring a lot to this team. He's been struggling with injuries all fall, but still has been very impressive. And so, you know, guys will just have to step up, and we're certainly capable of playing with 4 or 5 guards as well. I mean, they're all guards anyways, honestly. So it's just some of them are taller than others. So
Ethan has guard skills.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's really not a post anyway.
Yeah, so he'd been more of a 4 and had really improved his perimeter skill, and we were going to use him more and more that way this year. And so, you know, we'll get it done by committee, and I think, you know, we believe in the guys we have playing. So.
And you have coached an up and down team, and this team can get up and down. So I mean, you just kind of adjust to whatever you need to.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, it's one of the things is we've moved to be more positionless as we've been able to recruit sort of our own personnel, and I think that helps you when you lose somebody, is that you can fill that void in multiple ways with players that have a wide range of strengths, and so we're fortunate to have that.
And there's a fair amount of freshman faces on this team, whether it be freshmen or transfers. Are we going to see any of those guys kind of break into the rotation early in this 3-game stretch this weekend?
Yeah, Owen Kuntz and Isaac Jessup will be in our rotation, and they've been very impressive. Like, if you came to our practice, you would be able to point out our freshmen, but you would think they were veterans just like the other group. They've really been able to pick up on our concepts and are ready to contribute.
They're all freshmen, though. They're still all freshmen.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we got 2 seniors. And they've got a lot of experience, and they've really helped this group come a long way. So, yeah.
And keeping Georgie and Jared, obviously, with all the young guys, they helped them so much last year. How much more do they add this year with veteran freshmen?
Yeah, I think that every year of experience you get, they're just going to be that much more valuable. In some ways, the leadership's even more important this year, is that those guys that do have that experience and had success, maybe at times there's just a little reminder to stay humble and hungry, and they know each other better, and it's way easier to lead somebody that you have a personal relationship with, somebody you're trying to form a relationship with. And so I think that their leadership has shown up even to a greater extent this year because that relationship has been already forged.
From a coaching perspective, anything kind of changed for you with the rankings? And I probably don't want to put too much into it, but do you just find little things to keep guys to have a chip on their shoulder? Or?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about it, and we think that it's like our kind of theme has been like, ego can be an enemy, and so how do you stay focused and driven in that way? And I will say, like, every guy, so you're looking for measuring sticks of like, are there things that guys are signs that maybe guys aren't focused or committed, but like they came back in the fall and every guy it improved dramatically. Blaze Threets lost 23 pounds and he deadlifted over 500 pounds. That's unbelievable. Georgie was, I think, deadlifted over 500 pounds. He was stronger. Like, every guy across the board, Reese Johnson's numbers went up in every way. Mac's numbers went up in every way. So these guys have been working. They are committed. They are excited. They view it as a challenge, not as that they're entitled to anything. And so, all indications are that they're ready for this challenge, but this weekend will be a big challenge. We didn't get to play any out-of-league games last year until the NCAA tournament. Obviously didn't fare very well there, and so this will be a big statement opportunity for us early in the year, and if it doesn't go well, we'll learn a lot about what we need to get better at, and if it does, it puts us in a great position to be able to be ranked in that as the year progresses, which obviously helps you towards the NCAA tournament.
The way the regional went last year, you go in full head of steam, and you just had a game that, had a great game. Does that kind of drive these guys since they're all back and they all kind of remember that? Yeah,
I think so. They're certainly being reminded of it. I think they were put in a tough set of circumstances. Just the emotional win and the dramatic fashion of that conference tournament championship, and then to go sit in a hotel for 4 or 5 days, get that #1 ranking put on you while you have nothing to do but sit in a hotel room, and then it was a bad set of circumstances that we didn't handle well enough, and I don't think that was a true measure of that group, and so I think this group is very motivated. Our message has been 2 years ago the NCAA tournament got taken from us, and last year in some ways we sort of gave the opportunity away, and we need to be doing everything we can all year to put ourselves in the best position to take advantage of another opportunity if we're fortunate enough to get it. And so I think that should be a driving force all year, is to get back there and have a better showing.
What about the ring ceremony too? Seeing you guys out there for the big football game, you guys go out there. Is that a nice way to kind of start the season, getting those rings?
Yeah, it was really cool. Not only, I think it was the best crowd and atmosphere at a football game since I've been here. So to be tied into homecoming, sellout crowd, great game against 2 great teams. It was just a really fun day, and so to be included in that and get a rings on that day was really special. Great memory.
And your guys' first 7 games are on the road this year. What kind of challenges does that pose for you guys with kind of all of the new faces, but your core return?
Yeah, I think it's one of the neat things about it. I think anytime you get to go on the road early in the year, it sort of fortifies your group because you travel together and you have those experiences. So I think that it'll help bring us together, and I think we'll learn a lot about the group. But with Ethan out, Georgie and Jared are the only two on our team that have ever played in front of fans in college. So we'll see. I mean, my guess is West Texas will have some, it'll be an atmosphere on Friday afternoon, and so it'll be a fun atmosphere. I think the guys are looking forward to it, and it'll be a challenge we haven't experienced as a group yet.
Pretty nice arena too.
Yes, yeah.
What was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid?
That's a good question. It was probably, this is kind of pathetic, but it was probably dressing up as a basketball player because I was too lazy to do anything else, and it's all I really cared about. So I would just do that because it was easy. That was all my closet was full of anyways. So